Hi, my name's Gus Cameron, and I'm the owner of This Old Job.
Okay, it's only 10 after 8. Good morning. Welcome to another week. We're doing something today. I'm going back to Kentville. Yep. Ralph wants to change the ignition to a 2000i. A Dyna 2000i. No, 2000S. Take out the 2000i so we can get this thing kick-started. Anyway, I gotta turn the choke off, friction or whatever you call it. I'd like to have an extended idle screw, and I can turn it like I do on my Sportster. Anyways. We're gonna put it in the trailer. Going to Kentville. Ralph's a good guy. He's helping me all the way with this, and he wants it right. So that's what we're gonna do. Okay, we're gonna try to get it loaded. Rainy here today. Yeah, I know motorcycles can handle the rain, but what's the sense? That cost me $34 all day. Anyways, we're gonna get it on the trailer here. All right, we did it. Nice ramp too. Buddy of mine, Brian, gave that to me. Very handy, very handy. Anyways, we're getting on the road. Here we go. Hey, hey. Never ends. So I had a little drip from we think it's a plug on the primary side of the bike, and I decided to drain the oil and pull the plug. Ralph never had that apart, so we didn't know what was going on with the plug. So I discovered that this is the plug. Okay, I'm thinking it looks like it has it's supposed to have an O-ring on it. That's how it came out. It looks like magnetic plug. I just made this out of bronze. It's called Oil Light. It's oil pregnated bronze. So I got that to fit on there like that, and I'm thinking I'm gonna try this. I'm gonna put this in for a plug. Put some oil in it. So bear with me for a second. I got a little jig here that I like to lean it over on the non-kickstand side, just to give me some easy access. There it is. So I'll give you a little peekaboo of what I do. So it's just leaning. It seems to work. Sorry about the jiggle. All right. So, there's the plug. There's the hole. Do I gotta get on my hands and knees? Can I figure it out? Guess I'm getting on my hands and knees. There it is. Record. There it is. I want to strip this out. It's got to hold back the oil. I'd say that was tight enough. So now I got to take the cover off. I think I'm going to put some new oil in it, some primary oil. This is looking a little dark. Let's put some new oil in it. Takes 1 liter, and we'll see if we get a drip out of it. Anyways, all right, we'll be back. Let's get this back on. Nice and clean. Yep. There we go. Let's find the hole. Oh, look at that. She's right there. She's right there. So I got a liter in it. I know most manuals say like 900 and something. This guy likes a liter. I know one thing, if you put too much oil, my Sportster, if you put too much oil in my primary on my Sportster, that thing gets crappy. It really, really does. So yeah, so we're going to lean this back over and see if we generate a leak. Might even try kicking it. I should tell you that we had it at Ralph's the other day. Back to Ralph's. Ralph wasn't overly happy about not kicking it. So Ralph wanted it to be able to be kicked. So he recommended that I change the ignition from a Dyna I 2000i to a Dyna S ignition, because a Dyna S works on some weights on your cone side, and the engine, when it's not running, is in the retard position, and then when you kick it, it's a lot easier to kick in the retard. As soon as it fires, it advances. With that other ignition, it's always advanced, so it's a son of a bitch to kick. You might have seen a few kicks there on the last episode, and it was a son of a gun. So we changed over the ignition, and we kicked it 3 times. I kicked it once, and Ralph kicked it twice, and away it went. So thanks to Ralph, it's my time. Let's go. Great shop. He's starting to work on his own stuff. Thank you. That's awesome. I hope you get some of your stuff done, because you deserve it. You deserve to have your projects finished or nearing completion. You've been helping everybody else for the longest time, and you need to work on your stuff. So thank you, Ralph. Thank you so much for everything you did for me with this thing. Anyway, so we got the plug in it. It's nice and tight. We got a new thing of oil in it. The cover's tight. I'm going to lean it over and see if it drips in the next 10 or 15 minutes, and I might even try to give it a kickstart. All right, we'll be back. We kicked it the other day at Ralph's. It was fairly warm, and it didn't want any of the enrichener. We tried kicking it with the enrichener on, and it wouldn't go. Most of our luck was with the enrichener off. I'm a little stumbling about. I think potentially I'm going to turn the gas on for one. I'm going to not give it any enrichener. Ralph said that I should hold it wide open and kick it through a couple of times. I got to get rid of that little block because it's too up in the air. Get rid of this block. All right, leaned over a little more. All right, so it's wide open. Key's not on. Okay, so key on. It likes gas. I'm certain of it. Well, what do you know? Well, that was a pleasant surprise. I know a fella down in the valley is going to be happy to see this. That is for sure. All good. What are we going to do next? Oh, we're going to see if we got a drip. I see no drip. I see no drip. So that little crush washer that I made out of oil light, which is bronze, I think is the ticket. It didn't have a gasket on it. It looked like it might be able to have an O-ring, but like I said, I went with the bronze, and there's no drip. That's friggin' awesome. And we kickstarted. That was a one kick start. Did you see that? What was it, 3 primes? No enrichener, one kick start. I'm impressed. All right, we'll see what happens later on. All right, so I've been away all weekend, and I did generate a drip. I just can't figure out if it's coming from the plug or if it's coming from the gasket on the primary cover. So I put a little tiny bit more on the plug, and then I put 1, 2, 3, probably a little more on the Allen bolts that hold the cover on. So like I said, there's no drip, there's no wet spot on the floor. So maybe it needs to get a little thinner once the oil heats up. So maybe, have I fixed it? I don't know. Let's. I'm gonna go for a start. I'm not gonna kick it. I got my flip flops on tonight. So I think enrichener when it's cold. Gas on. There it is. And the mechanical start. go. It's been 15 minutes. I don't see a drip down there at all. Maybe that's one right there. Damn, do I got a drip? Anyways, if that's a drip, I could care less. It is. One little drip. One little drip. Anyways, maybe I can put a little bit more on those Allen bolts. A little tiny bit more. All right. Anyways, there you go. So, we got her done. I was away the weekend. Didn't get a lot done in the garage, but we were working on engines at the cottage. We just bought a cottage, and it's got a 46-inch ride-on mower, Craftsman, and first thing I did was get rid of the old gas, because we know gas doesn't last anymore. Thanks, government. Thanks a lot for that. Yeah, your gas is good for about 3 months. Anyways, that's the first thing you need to do when you want to restart an engine after it's been all winter, last year, whatever it was. So we got it going. I spent about an hour and 10 minutes running around the yard, cutting the grass. My buddy Luke was pushing the mower. Then I ran the whippersnipper. We cut a little bit of wood. We had a fire. It was freaking great. It's great. It's great. So we're going to enjoy that place, I can tell you, this summer. So I don't know what that's going to do to the channel, but I'll try to keep putting stuff out. It might change up a little bit. I don't know. So there you go. A little bit of a short video this week. Do me a favor. Check on a buddy. Call a family member you haven't talked to in a long time. They'd love to hear from you. And just forget about whose fault it was or who should call who and who should make the first step. Just freaking do it. Because at the end of the day, you're going to feel good, and hopefully they feel good too. But if it isn't meant to be, then it isn't meant to be. So, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe if you could. We'll check in next week. Thanks a lot.